see a lot of people just doing podcast episodes and they haven't really thought hard about who it's for. And therefore, what happens is the podcast becomes very general. So it's a podcast for everyone and therefore no one. So try to, zoom in and focus on, a particular use case that you're trying to someone to talk to. Because what that'll do is when you then create the preparation for the podcast, you'll be thinking in terms of that group of people that will be relevant for your content rather than just a general approach to everything. The next point I recommend you do is you have a North Star or a hero question on an episode. So you want to try to answer a question that's very specific for a specific audience in your episode. What you don't want, as I just said, like a general subject matter, because 20, 30 minutes just isn't enough time, particularly if you have 2 or 3 guests, to really dig deep on the subject. So you want something really specific. And I have some examples of this, actually. What I call level 1, level 2, and level 3 podcast episodes. And it's so common. I see this all the time. Level 1 is about as basic as it gets. And I'll use an example that we're all seeing right now in our feeds all the time, which is AI. So a level 1 example would be a title that might be, is AI a force for good or bad? ? And then that's your title of your podcast episode. Everyone's doing that right now because AI affects every industry. So that's kind of level 1. And it's a bit of a lazy approach to the question. And it's such a broad question that you're going to answer with your guest that, you need 3 or 4 hours for that to do a proper job of breaking it down. So I would say advance that, think harder about the title. And a level 2, taking it to a level 2 would be and unveiling blind spots in our AI future, overlooked considerations. So that's level 2 of the same question. It's really kind of reframing the question to be a bit more specific, like overlooked considerations within the future of AI. So that's how you could narrow that down. And then a level 3 title or subject for a podcast would be an example with this AI theme, could be CFO's Guide, Preparing Your CEO for the Future of AI in FinTech. That could be a level 3 title, because just in that one title, you know who your audience is. So it's CFOs. It's a guide for CFOs. Preparing your CEO. So it's helping CFOs prepare their CEO for the future of AI in an industry, in this case, FinTech. So just in 12 words, 10 words, you can actually create a much more powerful question. And it's worth putting in the time at the beginning to really home in on that question. Who's it for? What's the purpose of the podcast episode? Because then everything from there falls down and it gets better.